All right, so I am really excited to have you all hop on with me tonight. And if you haven't, no, well, if you're on, you know for sure. But if you haven't checked the group, we are doing our weekly calls on Monday nights instead of Sundays. We're going to try that out for a while. I had just found like Sunday nights were going really well for me, and then I found that a lot of the times where we homeschool, so I'm usually more flexible with my schedule, but I found that like if we went to birthday parties or we went to other things or we're out of town, it was usually on a Sunday and we would not get back till later. And so it's just better to not do it on Sunday, at least for now for me, and hopefully the majority of you all the same. And if we need to switch it up, I am probably more flexible than some of you all are just because of the schedule and working from home. So if it's definitely something that where we find that a couple of people are like, you know, something has come up on Monday nights, you're not able to work around it, we're very flexible. So it's not like a set in stone, and I always try to record them unless like my brain is not there and they just get lost and never ever land. But anyways, I'm really excited that you all are hopping on, especially with it being a new time, well, a new day of the week at least. And so we just finished up the August group, and I want to say that there were some ladies who had some amazing results. Just really excited about it. I know Larisha, I know that she is down like 20 inches within the last couple of months. I know Sarah, I just posted about her tonight. She's down 7 inches, I think, and 5 pounds. So I just posted about her tonight. And just like a lot of you all, like I think even Samantha, like I was talking, or I had read one of your messages, like from like the past like year, like since you started, I don't remember the exact month you started, but you're still like, you're down 20 pounds, right? Ish? Sam?
2. Oh. And then like it's been going back and forth. So I mean,
and I think sometimes when we get caught up in either a busy time in our lives, and the reason why I wanted to kind of just come out on the positive note is because we all will go through different seasons in our life. Sometimes the summer is harder for some of us. Sometimes the holidays are harder for others. So it really just kind of depends on who we are, our lifestyle and everything. And so if you are struggling, if you feel like if things have slowed down or you have gained weight or just life has kind of just caught you by surprise, like it has me in the summer, just know, like focus on that progress that we're seeking and not that perfection. And that this journey is much more than a number on the scale. It is really as much about the emotional transformation as it is about the physical transformation, and building relationships along the way and creating these friendships that we have that we can truly carry with us, you know, for forever, because we instantly have this bond of PCOS that we know that we all struggle with. And so there's that common bond already, and that we know that we get one another. And so like I have just found that one of the things that's kept me most consistent through all the years that I've been a coach is building relationships with people who want to do life with me. That doesn't mean that, like, you know, I mean, I could be best friends with you and chat with you every single day, or it could be I just chat with you once a month. But basically, it just really depends on, you know, personalities and what your needs are and vice versa. But when you find a tribe of people that you want to do life with and you love them hard, that's where I think the big difference is from having weight loss surgery for me, from going and buying a program off the shelf or ordering something from Amazon. I'm doing it with someone and I'm not doing it alone. And not only that, I'm finding women who are just like me who are doing it together. So I love, you know, when I start a new group and who wants to recommit that month, because it reminds me that I'm not alone in this. And whether or not, you know, you hop out for a couple months and then you come back, it's nice to know that I'm not alone. Because for years I had this guilt and this shame and this secret that I had about PCOS, literally for like 10, 15 years. I would have to sit down and do the math. And it wasn't until I came out and, you know, created the PCOS fitness group and starting to get to know other women and realizing there are a crap ton of women out there who are just like me. And it just really had to, you know, involved just me standing up and saying, I had this, who wants to join me? So anyways, so with that, I just kind of wanted to just start this group and ask, like, what are some things you all would like to see out of this month? What are some things you would maybe like to see differently? I did add some new things in the group that I had never added before. So this month we're doing a Fit for Fall theme. We'll probably do this theme for a month or two and just kind of try it out. It's a little different than what we've previously done. I also plan on trying some new like fall recipes that hopefully you all will love. Hopefully I'll find a few that I like that I'm willing to share. And then also trying to use topics. So one of the suggestions that Andrea had mentioned last week on the call is that if someone posts a recipe, so basically whenever you make a post, you can put a tag on it or a topic. And when I first opened the group, I created 2 topics or tags, whatever you want to call them. One was for files to print and one was for recipes. So anytime you post a recipe that you want to share, I ask that whenever you do it, like you can basically do it on your post, just put a tag for a recipe. So that way someone can go and hit the recipe tag and it will bring up everybody's recipes that they posted in the group. That way they're on one location. That's something I'm going to start trying to see how well that works. So it's a little bit more organized. And also the files to print. So obviously all the trackers and stuff that you can print out, they're a little different. They're fall themed now. And I also have a new 8-week health fitness journal, whatever you want to call it. And it's actually geared toward lift 4, but I think it's actually perfect for anybody. Doesn't matter whether you're doing a fitness program or not. So what it is, it's an 8-week tracker. There's actually 2 color themes. So if you like purple and teal, you can go that route, or blue and orange. So anyway, so what it is, so the goal is for everybody, whether you're doing 2B mindset, whether you're doing lift 4, whether you're doing 21-day fix, it's awesome if you think you can do 6 workouts a week. But as a coach and as a friend, as a mentor, whatever you want to call me, as a someone who wants to challenge you, I would highly recommend that you try to at least work out 4 days a week. That can be whatever workouts that you choose. That could be simply a walk. That could be yoga. That could be country heat, any type of workout. Because I think a lot of times we go into these workouts and we feel like if we're going to do a 21-day fixed program, we have to get it done in 21 days. And that's not the case at all. I can't tell you how many times your girl will do a 21-day program and get it done in 30 days. And I feel good for getting it done in 30 days. So I'm just proud that I actually finished the program. Perfect example, right now I'm doing lift 4. Lift 4 is 4 days a week. And I'm like, well, surely to God, I can actually get that done on time, right? It's 4 days a week. So that's 3 days I can have off. Your girl is 2 weeks behind. So it's like, it's okay because I'm going to finish it this week and I'm going to give myself the gift of being finished with this program and celebrating the results and just accomplishment that I have finished it. So what I do recommend is doing 4 days of workouts if possible, even if it is a walk around the block, and logging that and then having 3 days of rest. If you want to do something extra on those 3 days of rest, more power to you. Also in those planners, you can track all of your food. You can keep track of your containers. So I do recommend that you go on there and at least like browse through it. You can print it all off. And that's something, just a new free resource to you all that I have invested in as a coach to just kind of hopefully help you all be able, for those especially who like to journal, who like to track things, not necessarily through the app that Beachbody has. So going into that, so I know some of you all don't know, but Beachbody has a couple of apps that you can use if you don't like to print out things. So you can use the Beachbody Nutrition app. There's the Beachbody On Demand app. There's also like the 21-Day Fix app. So they're all a little bit different. So I do recommend that you go on and look them up. The Beachbody Nutrition app is not available on Android. But if you have an iPad or an Apple device, you can still get it on there. You just have to filter through the iPhone apps. Any questions about apps or trackers or anything like that? No? Okay. So with that, so those are some new things that I have kind of in this group that I wanted to share. And another thing I wanted to try, because I really wanted to push the envelope here. So I, since I've been doing the academy, I have paired up people with their own, I've paired up people with their success partner. So this month I was like, how nice would it be if I kind of like give everybody free reign for you all to choose your own. And then for those who are new or who haven't really connected with someone before, I can pair them with someone. Because I think sometimes if you're in a group for a few months, you may not have been paired with someone, but you're like, that girl's my job, like we're, we jive the same way or whatever. And so I figured, let's try it, trial and error. We'll see how this goes. And if you want it to be different next month to where I pair everybody up again, basically blindly, I'm more than happy to do that. But I figured we would just try something a little bit different. And I always am always open for feedback. So, if you don't like certain things, at the end of the month or throughout the group, you're not going to hurt my feelings, because a lot of this is always trial and error on my part. I'm always trying to do things to either help myself become more accountable or help you all become more accountable, make it more fun, whatever it may be. So let me think what else. For personal development wise, I believe, Sierra, have you read The Champagne Diet yet?
I have. Sorry, my microphone was off.
Okay. I just want to make sure. So for those who have read that, I do plan on making a list, and I could probably make a tag for this too, a list of other books that I would highly recommend. I always recommend that you're reading something. And I know a lot of you are not big readers, so that's why I would also recommend Audible or something. Like if you have Amazon Prime, I believe you get one free Audible book a month. So I recommend that you always are training and trying to transform your mind while you are training your body. That has been huge for me, because even when back in the day, when I lost like 80 pounds or however much crazy amount it was, I still felt like I was stuck in that 260 pound body. I still had that mentality that I was unbeautiful and I could not be loved because my husband didn't view me any differently, which is good in a way, that he didn't love me anymore because I lost weight. And all these things, so I have come to the realization that I can be a much stronger person being at a bigger weight if I've transformed and I've worked on this while I'm transforming my body. Because unfortunately, we cannot do transformations overnight. They're not going to happen overnight, whether they are physical, emotional, or spiritual. They're just not going to happen overnight, even no matter how bad we want them to happen, right? So, and it's going to be a slow growing process. So I highly recommend that you choose a book. Like I said, I'll put a list down, and I would like for you all to pick one or tell me one that you're currently reading, because that's something I do want to hold you accountable. I don't want you to be like, oh, I'm going to do this group. I'm not going to really read. That's hokey pokey crap. Like, I'm going to say that I'm going to do it, but I might pick up the book. No, girls, I'm serious. That is probably one of the best things you can do for yourself. Even if you are not working out, even if you feel like your nutrition sucks, if you can get to a place emotionally where, you know what, I got this, I am beautiful, I am worthy right where I'm at my journey, you're going to be much more likely to be successful in the long end or the long run. So with that, what questions do you all have for me so far with some of the things I've shared? Because you know how I can ramble all the time. Anything? Any concerns or whatever? Awesome. So I know that some of you all have basically shared the goals that you have in the group. So I would love for you all to kind of quickly go through, if you want to just say, hey, I'm doing this program, this meal plan or whatever. And these are maybe if you have one or two top goals that you would like to achieve for the month, and maybe a way that we can help hold you accountable in that. So whether that's, tagging you in posts every day, or sending you messages occasionally. I've even had sometimes in the past, someone's like, I know I'm going to do better if I work out in the morning, but I'm not a morning person. So I need someone literally to call or text me every morning. And so if that's something you need, speak up, because we're going to find someone else in the morning or someone else in the group who is going to be a morning workout person. If not, it'll be me that will get you up because I will have to get up with my kids anyway. But to help hold you accountable. If that's something that you need, then that's something that we're going to be in together to help you reach that. And likewise, the other women are going to be in together to help you reach your goal. So we want to do this together, and we want to do this hand in hand. So I'll start first. So I'm finishing Lift 4. I don't know which program I'm doing next. My husband and I need to talk about that, see if we want to do the next one together as well, because we've been doing Lift 4 together. I've been doing 2B Mindset, and so far, like in the last 3 months, he's lost 25, almost 30 pounds that he didn't even have to lose, to be honest. But I've lost 13 pounds in the last 2 months. Now, I will say I'm up 4 or 5 pounds right now, but I started my cycle naturally. And I shared this on my video this morning, since doing the 2B Mindset and the Lift 4 and just being very intentional. I feel like a lot of times if I'm oh, this little thing over here won't matter, this 200 calories won't matter, whatever, then that's a slippery slope for me. But when I am tracking everything, when I am almost being religious not to a fault, but basically I have committed myself to this, I'm going to hold myself accountable. I started a cycle, 2 cycles on my own since I've started, and that hasn't happened in months. So that's huge non-scale victories for me. And just having more energy about it. So, and like I said, has my journey been perfect? No, because I am going to finish the Lift 4 2 weeks after everybody else, but who cares? I'm not measuring my progress with theirs. I am on my own race, my own journey, and my only competition is myself. So with that, this month, I'm not really for sure which program I'm going to do next, but I would still like to continue just being very consistent with the 2B Mindset, and just not if I'm going to treat myself, I want it to be something I really, really want to treat myself. But also, not depriving myself of those things that I think are worth it. Scale-wise, I don't really have a set number. I mean, I guess if I want to throw a number out there, I guess maybe 6 or 7 pounds, because that's what I've been averaging the last month or so. But really, as long as I feel like I'm getting stronger, I'm being more consistent and getting good sleep, getting my water in, I know I'm doing the right things for my body. So even if the scale's not cooperating with me, I know I'm doing everything in my power to be healthier and to be stronger. I think that's it. And just, for me, accountability-wise, is just checking in the group. I can very easily, with the big PCOS fitness group, get lost in it. I can easily schedule my posts and, every day to where, it looks like I've showed up every morning. But it's really easy for me to disappear. And it's very vulnerable for me to say, because I'm very introverted and I like to be lost in the crowd a lot of the times, just because it takes energy to develop relationships, and it takes energy to be vulnerable. So basically making sure that I am posting my workout selfies, posting my food, and that sort of stuff. So anyways, long story short, who would like to go next? Ashley, you look like you're super excited about going next.
All right. So I did not complete size last month. I've been having a lot of kidney issues and stuff, and I actually go for CT scans this week to try and figure out what's going on with that. So workouts are kind of halted until we get that underway, because the second I get hot or I exert, I get nauseous, and it's just not fun. So I hate that, because I really have started to move for the first time in the how many months I've been in this thing. But I am going to, as soon as I can get back in the groove, I want to start back size again and actually work through it, because I had fun with it and I could actually do it. And so I want to go back into that. Nutrition, I'm following my own thing a little bit just because of the appetite situation. I am finding it better, though, when I do like a combination of adding in veggies. So I'm in the process. Actually, my husband did really well for me tonight. Went ahead and pre-chopped a crap ton of vegetables for this week so I can grab and have them on hand at work instead of going to the crackers or the chips or whatever it is that's there because I'm hungry. And so I'm going to be getting in probably a lot more vegetables than what the nutrition plans call for, but it's my way of keeping me from doing something crazy and eating things I shouldn't.
Nobody ever got fat by eating too many veggies or eating all the, and so and I'm glad that you said that you're going to focus more on the vegetables, because when things are out of your control, i.e. like your body is not allowing you to do what you want it to do, you can control what you put in it. And so I 100% think that nutrition should be your focus right now while your body's healing or you're figuring out what's going on, and not feeling like you're a lost cause or not feeling defeated. We can take the route, I'm so defeated, I was loving this was working out, like I'm just never going to go anywhere because I can't do this over here, so therefore I'm defeated, so I'm going to self-sabotage and not do as well over here, or put in the amount of effort that you honestly could put in. So I would wholeheartedly work on your nutrition. I would plan out, maybe choose a couple of new recipes for you to try out this week. Experiment with different things, or if you're one of those people, you're like, I don't want to try anything new, I want to try, go with what's tried and true. But if you don't really have anything that's tried or true, be willing to experiment. Because I know sometimes people are afraid to try a new recipe, and the worst that can happen is you don't like it. So,
girl, I'm all about trying new stuff, all about it, just because I know that I grew up eating the same 5 things every week in my household, and I don't want to be that person. I like adventuring out, and thankfully my husband's kind of going along with it, so we're doing this thing together. He just pulled the cloud bread out of the oven, by the way, and it smells fantastic. So, and that's what I'm using for my sandwiches this week. He pre-cooked some bacon. I'm going to do turkey avocado bacon sandwiches with the cloud bread, and have my veggies, and I've got all of that pre-planned out. Good. We're prepping. I feel really good this week. Last month I checked out. I'm not even gonna lie. Y'all know I did. I wasn't in the group. I was scrolling, but I wasn't really posting because I was
I'm not going to do that this month.
No, and I don't want, and I want you guys, that's the one thing I do want, is that accountability. If you don't see me every day, message me, tag me, do something, because it is easy when I do get wrapped up in other things. And not only that, but last month I really did feel just like this is just not even worth it anymore, because I kept fighting the same, and like I've put on, I've not lost anything since May. I gain, I lose, I gain, I lose, but ultimately I've crept up 20 pounds over the course of the last few months, or I'd say since March, and it just felt like I was fighting a losing battle, and I'm not going to get anywhere feeling that way. So I'm trying to get back in the fight this month, because I do have baby goals, and it's not gonna get any better if I keep going the opposite direction. So, I'm ready to kick some ass this month.
Well, good. And I think nutrition is going to have a much bigger impact than exercise. Exercise also helps mentally and just physically. But with nutrition, I mean, you truly, like I was sharing earlier, you can heal your body from the inside out. You can use food as a drug, or medicine, drug, however you want to, or, however you want to see it. And I think when we cut out all the processed crap, all the added sugars, like, it's amazing. Like, when we're consistent at it, like, you can't just like do it for a couple days and then fall off the wagon a couple days and then get on. I mean, like, that's not going to really do you any justice. Like, you're just cheating yourself. So I think, tracking everything, writing down everything that you eat, which will be annoying at first. And that's something that I need to work on, or at least tracking it in the app or something like that will really be beneficial for you. And maybe, committing to yourself, say, I'm going to post this in the group. And that way, like, do you have a success partner yet?
Yes, Samantha. And so we got that down, and I've just got a MyFitnessPal that I've been tracking all of my food through. because I can put in all my recipes and it'll pull all the stats for it when I enter everything. So that's helpful for me because I do a lot of things that are not standard. I add a lot. I take a lot out. Like I'll get a recipe and then I'll make changes based on what is either healthy or just my own tastes or whatever.
Gotcha.
So.
All right. What about you? One of you Amandas, whoever wants to share.
Well, I am still on restricted movements. So my exercise is walking out or swimming. Nothing too big. So I'm still focusing more like on my nutrition and my water. I feel like I have really come a long way these last several months with my water. Like last month, about halfway through the month, I was able to increase my water goal because I had 2 water goals. I had like a primary water goal and then I had a secondary water goal. And I was killing it. So I increased my water goal and I'm killing that one too. So I was thinking about increasing it yet again. And that is, to me, like, that's amazing. And I mean, like, it's super easy to sit here and compare where I am with like my water intake to some of you other girls. Because I was talking to Sarah earlier and she listed off a triple digit number for ounces. And I was like, oh my gosh, I would like maybe just go live in a lake if I was drinking that much water because it was crazy. But for me, the amount of water that I'm drinking, it feels really good and I can tell the difference. Like I don't hardly break out anymore, which is awesome because I've been able to, flush all those toxins out of my system. I did have a couple of days last week or the week before where my water intake wasn't as good and I started breaking out again. And I was like, that alone by itself, like if there's any motivator to drink more water consistently, it's because I don't want to be having to hide those blemishes underneath all my foundation. And then veggies. I eat veggies more consistently than I ever used to either. I make a point of, if they're not scheduled on my menu, which I sent Sarah a picture screenshot of my menu for the next 2 weeks. And I have veggies written in every night to remind myself that I need to eat them, but then I also have a plan that if I don't get them at night with my dinner, then I can still take some and do some at lunch. That way I'm still getting that veggie intake. So that even if I'm not technically eating less than what I was before, a lot of it is going to be healthier than what it was before and getting me those nutrients and those vitamins that my body needs in order to flourish and thrive. And ultimately, I know that in the long run that'll probably help me lose a little bit of weight. But my whole point of being in this group isn't to lose weight. It's just to be healthy. I just want to be healthy.
I love that. And I agree. I think you've come a very, very, very long way. Extremely. So I've been very proud of you and your husband.
Thanks. He's been doing really good. He eats way more veggies than he used to. When we went grocery shopping, and I posted about it, I don't know if everybody saw, but we went grocery shopping yesterday afternoon, and he looked in the cart, and he looked at me, and he's like, I feel like everything we've gotten is veggies. And I was like, well, almost, not quite, but pretty much. So that was like, that used to never ever happen. Like I would almost be embarrassed to go check out because we would have this carts full of processed and sugary and all this nasty crap, and then like there was no veggies, whether it was frozen or fresh. And now like half of the food we brought home was frozen and fresh veggies, and that was really awesome.
And that's something to be proud of as well, because it's a lifestyle. It's not something where I feel like you all have truly implemented it into a lifestyle. So I love it. Yay. Amanda or Sam?
I guess I could go. Well, okay, so what I'm going to do this month when it comes to working out, I'm going to do a 5K thing. I'm going to do one of those couch to 5Ks.
That's great.
And with weightlifting. So because the running program is just 3 days a week. So the other 2 I'll do weightlifting. Because I kind of fell off the wagon a lot last month. Those last 2 weeks of the month were just awful for me.
Mm-hmm.
Even for my water intake, and I've always been very good with my water, but not the last couple weeks. So today I did really good. I hit my water goal, and even though today was yet another stressful day, I think it's been like a Monday every day for the last 3 weeks, and today was definitely another Monday. I think there might
everything that you were doing today, and I'm surprised to see you on tonight because wasn't it supposed to be your long day?
Yes, and actually it was the 1 week that I go and have my hair done. So I had a hair appointment and I had my eyebrows done. So I don't know if they're still red. I don't know if you can see the dye, but I didn't have to go work at the pantry. But still, that appointment's still long. So I got home, I worked out in, ate dinner while you guys were talking, but work again. It seemed like is there like 5 full moons out in the sky or what? Because I had I walked into the office today to 3 placement complaints. 3 of them I have to go check out on top of all the other stuff. So it was very stressful today. And I know those last couple weeks I kind of would go and resort back to old ways and go buy gummy worms and stuff and eat those. And believe me, today I thought about drinking at lunch, but I didn't. I just went back to work, filled up my water, and just drank water, pretending it was a margarita. No junk food today. And I survived.
Good.
So
you know what? That's a huge battle that you won today. Because you could have done that and caved in.
I love sugar.
And I would say every single one of us have caved into that battle before, but the pride that you feel, that you should feel right now for not caving into that should be tremendous.
Oh, I still want sugar.
It doesn't mean, here's the thing, the sin isn't wanting the sugar. The sin is allowing yourself to be overcome with it and basically diving into it. You can start sugar all day long. And that's one thing that I've been learning about, not to get into Jesus stuff, whatever. You can have so many desires in the world, but not until you actually act on it and dwell into it, then does it become, self-destructive. Yeah. So I always say smells are for free. When my kids get something junky, whatever, I'm like, give me a smell because smells are free. They laugh, so they let mom smell everything.
Oh, I would be like, can I have a lick?
Oh gosh, we have less than a minute or two. Sam, how about you?
I don't even think about today, so
oh, you're cutting out. Can anybody else hear? Okay.
She's cutting.
Yeah, we can't hear you. Oh, no. I wonder, because I know inside her house she doesn't have very good service because she got new. I don't know if she'll get back in time. We'll wait. They'll probably cut us off. Anyways, this will probably cut us off anyway, but I am really excited that you all hopped on. Please let me know if there's anything that you all need from me. Just tag me or shoot me a message, or if you want my cell phone number, you can text me, call me, whatever, or we can hop on. Facebook also has video chat through there now as well, so I like to do that too. So anyway, I hope that you all have a great week. I look forward to seeing you all crush this month, and I will chat with y'all later. Bye, ladies. Love you.
Bye.